mentioned November in a couple of my weekly videos. I was getting this, I think, back in January, December, and I got this, read it all, and it's taken me until mid-March currently to actually film and talk about this. One of these did come with this very nice insert with art and signatures from the two creators. I'm going to refer to her as Elsa throughout this video because if I try to pronounce this, I know I'm going to screw it up. But this is very nice. I like this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but this is great. So November is a 4-volume series. This is the complete story, and it was originally intended to be 3 volumes, and I'm glad that it expanded to 4 because as an audience member, I don't know how they could have cut this down into 3. There's a lot of story here, and I can't imagine how this could have been cut down. I do imagine at some point, I don't know what sales were like on the series. If they were good enough to justify a reprint, I wouldn't be surprised if all of this would get collected into a single volume at some point. It is one story that's divided up into 3 characters, but we're going to get into that in just a second. So the actual story of November is there are 3 women, and it's basically their interactions with their intersection with a criminal organization, and you eventually get a pretty good idea of what's happening, but it's never outright really explained. You sort of see the fringes of it. You see how it impacts other people's lives and even the lives of some of the members in that organization itself, but you are essentially being told a story from the perspective of 3 women, and they each have their own lettering style. So this is the first, and then we get to, this is the second. Both of these are easy to read, and I had no problems, but the third is occasionally in cursive. The inner monologue is in cursive, and I occasionally had difficulty reading this. I'm not the greatest even writing cursive, and I don't know the last time I've had to read it outside of this book, but I occasionally had problems with this. It is otherwise an excellent book. So as I was flipping through, I might have glimpsed some of the art. It is a very clean style, a little bit simplistic perhaps. So we do get great pieces like this. It does remind me a little bit of the Brian Wood, Becky Cloonan demo, or some of Fraction stuff with Ba and Moon, Casanova in particular. Sort of these the simplified colors, the somewhat simple, and now I'm thinking of early Queen and Country art as well. It's the art is great. The art is great is what I'm trying to say, while comparing to other perhaps better known, because I don't know what else she's done. But this, I think she's actually working with Tom King on an upcoming book this spring, summer. I don't remember what now, but if I remember, I'll throw that down there. I'll throw it down there. What I'm trying to say is the art is great, and I'm a fan of it, and the story is really well done as well. I was saying it is the lives of 3 women as it intersects with this criminal organization. So it is told in, each book sort of focuses on one of the women, and it's kind of divided up. Like, it's hard to talk about the book unless you've actually read it, but essentially you get one chapter, and none of this is sequential, by the way, but you get a piece of the first woman's life, and then you get a piece of the second woman's life, and then the third woman's life, and then it comes back around at the end of the book to the first woman again. And that sort of happens in each of the books. So in book 2, we learn more about her. Book 1 is her, and then book 3 then is a dude on the cover. But book 4 we get more her story, and this is really where you find out more about the organization itself as all of their lives come crashing together, and you see the consequences of certain things. But the story is great. This came out, I think, in 2019. I thought it was more recent than that, but there is a date. Okay, so this came out in May 2020. I actually thought this came out in 2021, and that's how off I am from time, I guess. But it is obviously a fairly recent book. I don't think you should have much difficulty finding these if you are interested, which I do absolutely recommend. If you are a fan of Fraction, if you are a fan at all of this art that I've been skimming through, then yes, absolutely. Pick this up, get it. I recommend it. It is an excellent read.